I'm just gonna make some beef burgers for lunch. I've got some oil on to fry some frozen chips. I've put some grease in there. So I'm just gonna fry the chips in there, cook my burger there, and clear everything else. I normally just use the beef mince straight out of the packet. My mince is looking a bit gray because it's oxidized, but that's fine. So yeah, I've got my pan on. My oil is pretty hot now. I can see it's starting to smoke a little bit. I'm actually using chicken fat. Yeah, I prefer to use grease to cook my chips when I have it than oil, because I just think it fries it better and it gives the chips a better flavor. So I'm making three. Oh, my pants are smoking. I'm making three slightly small burgers and then a tiny one for Sophia. I'm just adding a bit more grease to the pan. Now I'll add some salt and pepper. And some pepper. For the meantime, I'll add the chips to the oil. Oh yeah, that's hot. I think I'll cook the whole bag. I don't know, I'll see how I go. What I've got in there should probably be enough for us, but I think I'll just cook the whole bag. I don't have to put it back in the freezer. So I've got my beef patties in there, in the pan. I just got a knife. I got this knife from the Asian shop ages ago. It was so cheap. I don't know, like $2 or something. And I know in the past, like when I worked at places, we just dispose them. But then I find they're so much easier to sharpen than my expensive knife. So yeah, it's just become my favorite knife ever since. I'm gonna slice some onion and add it to the pan for the burger sauce so they cook together. Alright. So yeah, these are my onions cut up. I'm just gonna cook with the burger. It makes everything smell nice. And it gets the flavor from the meat, and the meat gets the flavor from the onions. So it's a win-win. I've got my chips there cooking. I'm not gonna put a whole lot in the burger. Just put my onion peelings here. I've got this bucket here, or should I say use up ice cream container. And I keep my scraps in there for my chickens. I've got a couple of tomatoes. Just gonna give them a quick rinse. Those will go on my burger. So my burger is basically gonna have, I don't know if I put my paring knife. I try to keep the knives away from where the children can reach, and then yeah, somehow I've just misplaced it. So I'm gonna cut the tomato slices slightly thick. So my burger is only gonna have fried onions, fresh tomatoes. I don't have lettuce, so I'm not gonna bother. So we'll have fried onions, some nice fresh tomatoes, an egg. We don't feel like cheese or bacon or anything else today, just keeping it really simple. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna put in there. So I've cut up my tomatoes. I'll put them on here for when the burger is ready. I think it's pretty dark. I just can see what I'm doing clearly, but yeah. I've cut up the tomatoes. My meat patty is cooking. My chips are frying. I've got the eggs. I'll fry those once the burger patties are out. So now I'll just cut my bread. I'm trying to untie the bag. Ezekiel's at school today. He's having a sandwich for lunch, and we're having burgers. I'm not sure yet what we're gonna have for dinner, but hopefully it won't be something to do with bread. So I've taken my burger buns out. I'll just cut it in half. Oh, and I'll have some mayonnaise in there too. I don't know which one I've got. I normally just get a store-bought one, but I may make my own next time. It's easy enough to make. Just moving the chips around in the oil a little bit to make sure they all cook evenly. Then I'll turn these around for my burgers. And just, I'm giving the onions a little bit of a stir. They're all gonna cook together nicely. And now, I'll just get my burger buns in the air fryer ready. I'll heat them up later. I'll just have it in there ready. Because I only need to have it in there for 2 minutes. So yeah, I don't need it in there for long. Okay, in the meantime, I'm just gonna grab some mayonnaise. Just excuse me. So yeah, I'm out of the burger mayo. I buy it's a special burger sauce or whatever they call it. But I've got this peri-peri mayonnaise. It's not overly spicy. It's actually very mild. I think that should do. In the meantime, I'll just get serving plates ready and something to the chips on. just put the chips straight onto the plate. Yeah. I'm done with the chopping board here for now, so I'll get rid of it. So now I'm just waiting. I'll put the chips on here so they cool down a little bit quicker so Sophia can have them as well. And yeah, I'm just waiting really. The burger patties, we want well done. But they seem like they're there. They seem like they're ready. The onions are nice and soft, caramelized, I should say. So I'm just going to turn the heat down now and get a plate and get all of them out. And then I'm going to cook the eggs in the same pan. I got these eggs from the chickens. There's that really huge one. I'm going to crack it first. Look how big it is. I wonder how many grams this one is, because it's massive. Oh, it's a double yolker. Yay! I always get excited when I get one of this. I'm trying to make you see it. Oh, it's just rolling around. I'll show you in a minute. And then I'll put these chips out because they're nice and golden. Oopsie. I'm just going to put a little bit of sea salt on the chips. Nothing too fancy. I like to season them while they're so nice and hot, so the seasoning sticks to it. I've got my salt right here. That should do. We don't over season it. I'm going to empty the rest of the bag of chips in there. Hi. Hi, sweet girl. That was Sophia saying hi. Hi, baby girl. Just going to swap the oil around with the other burner because that's the biggest and hottest burner, this one. But I needed the heat to cook the burger patties so it didn't get, so the meat didn't stew instead of grill or pan fry. Yeah, now I'll put my burger patties on. The air fryer has an automatic setting of 15 minutes for 190 degrees, but I'll turn it off when it's about 30 minutes left on the timer. And that's my burger patties nice and ready, and then I'll build this burger. We like our eggs well done. So yeah, some people would have it like this on this. Oh, I'll put a little bit of salt and pepper on there actually. I almost forgot. Some people like it sunny, nice and sunny. Some people like it over easy. I like my eggs golden. So I'm gonna flip that around. See, that was a double yolker. I'll have the eggs runny if I don't know it's in the food. But when I see it, it's something else. So yeah, if someone gave me a burger and they had runny eggs in there, I probably wouldn't know. I'll think it's mayonnaise or something. I've had it like that many times in the past, unknowingly. Until I found out, and then I was like, no, all my egg well done. But yeah, if I don't know it's in there, I'll eat it, and I think it tastes amazing. So I think it's just a psychological thing for me. It's raw so I can eat it. Because back home, we cook everything well done. So yeah, I think those eggs are cooked enough. I'll turn the pan off. The air fryer is on 13 minutes. So I believe my bread is nice and warm. So I'll turn that off. And now I'll put the burgers together. The rest of the chips I'm frying are just extra. So I don't need to wait for them. I'm moving everything closer to me. Let's see. I think this is better. It's kind of dark in here. Anyways. It's nice weather today. It's been really, really, really hot the last few days. But yesterday was a nice cool 26 degrees. After having to deal with about 36, 38-degree heat for a long time. 26 degrees feels amazing. So yeah, I've got my burger buns. They're nice and warm and soft. I'll put the mayonnaise. Oh, another thing I like to do is add a little bit of barbecue sauce to my onions. I forgot to do that, but it's not too late. I can still add it. I'll just drizzle a bit of my sleeves, eh? Let me roll them and tuck them in so they don't get in the food. So I'm just putting my burgers on the bread now, my burger patties. On the bread, I put some peri-peri mayo because that's all I've got. But we don't mind a little bit of chili, so that's all good. I'll grab some barbecue sauce now. And that goes on the onions. Now I'll add the eggs. Flies always find their way to get in here. I don't know how, but I think they're very clever. Because I've got one in here, at least one that I can see. It wasn't in here before I started cooking. So yeah. So yeah, I've got the tomatoes on there. Oops. And they're sliding off. They're sliding off. Anyways, that's the burger done. And I'm gonna put a lid over it, and that's it. Just keeping it nice and plain and simple. And that's lunch done. Oh, normally we just have burger. We don't have chips and stuff with it. So I make extra. But today I've made extra, and then I just remembered we're having chips, so hopefully it all gets eaten. But yeah, no food goes to waste in this house, so if it doesn't get eaten now, it will get eaten later. My tomatoes are sliding off. I think that's when the lettuce comes in handy to help it sit. Or sometimes you can just pop a skewer through it to hold everything in place. Or a steak knife, or whatever you fancy. Or whatever you've got available. That's a skewer, yeah, a skewer. Yeah, so that's it. Lunch is served. Took me about 20 minutes, homemade burgers. Thank you for joining me. And I shall see you all next time. Have a wonderful week and love you all. Ciao. Bye-bye.